Today, we're diving into a head-to-head showdown between two mid-range titans, the Redmi Note 14 here and the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G. These are similarly priced devices, and both smartphones come loaded with impressive features. But where does each shine? And where do they fall short? Well, stick around because we're about to break it all down, and so without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. Starting with the Redmi Note 14, you get the smartphone itself, a 33-watt fast charger, a Type-C cable, and a protective silicone case, and the paperwork also. Simple yet complete. Over to the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G, Samsung keeps it minimalist. The phone itself, a Type-C cable, and the manuals. But here's the bummer, no protective case or a charger in the box. So in terms of extras, Redmi scores early points for its bundled accessories. On the design side, the Redmi Note 14 sticks to the DNA of its predecessors but polarizes users with its larger camera modules. Some might call it generic, while others appreciate the matte textured rear that cuts down fingerprint smudges. Definitely a win for people who hate cases. It comes in 4 colors, and while I have it in lime green here, the purple screams way more attention. On the other hand, the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G maintains that clean, minimal Samsung A series aesthetic. Unlike the 4G variant, which has a matte finish on the rear, this is glossy. And unlike the Redmi Note 14, the A16 ditches the headphone jack, which might be a deal breaker for some users. Both smartphones are IP54 rated for water splashes, and that's about it. Now, design is subjective, but Redmi wins for practicality. I mean, the headphone jack, the better grip, IR blaster, while Samsung edges forward with a more refined, trusted, and true design. It all boils down to what you really want. Which do you prefer? Let me know in the comment section below. Now let's go over to the audio side. The Redmi Note 14 shouts loud and clear with stereo speakers and high-res audio support, giving it an immersive sound. It sounds better than the A16. Also, do not forget you have a wired headphone jack on this device. The Galaxy A16 comes equipped with a decent mono speaker, a downfiring type, and lacks a headphone jack, and the sound isn't as good as this other device. Displays are crucial, so listen closely. The Redmi Note 14 packs a stunning 6.67-inch AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate and also an ultra-bright 1800 nits of peak brightness. The Redmi inexplicably made the bezels bigger than the Note 13 from last year. Why? No one knows. Thankfully, it still looks great for binging Netflix or even scrolling through TikTok. On the flip, the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G offers a 6.7-inch Super AMOLED display. It's vibrant and among the best of visuals in this price range. However, Samsung is sticking with 90Hz refresh rate and the outdated U-notch design, and also 800 nits for high brightness mode. Most competitors are moving to punch hole designs and cameras, so the A16 feels a little dated on this front. Now, out of the box, the Samsung looked a little better as far as the colors indoors, but thankfully, you can tweak your display temperature on the Redmi from the settings. Ultimately, the Redmi Note 14 inches ahead here thanks to its higher refresh rate, the reduced motion blur for smoother scrolling, the peak brightness on this device, and also the always-on display feature. Under the hood, the A16 5G is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 6300, while the Redmi Note 14 here sports the MediaTek Helio G99 processor, which has been a reliable choice in the budget range, and this chipset ensures smooth daily usage and better performance than previous generations. However, performance is better on this Galaxy device because of the chipset. The A16's Dimensity chipset feels snappy during multitasking, and also for gaming, you'd want to lean towards the Galaxy. When it comes to the software side of things, Samsung is killing it. The Galaxy A16 comes with One UI 6.1 and 6 years of OS updates, which absolutely demolishes the Redmi's promise of 2 to 3 years for the Note 14. While Xiaomi's new HyperOS adds AI features like sky replacement and object eraser, Gemini 2, you might not care about that if your OS stops getting updates in a few years, right? For those who like to see benchmark scores, here are the Antutu, Geekbench, and 3D Mark scores for these two devices. Now over to the cameras. If you're into photography, this is a mixed bag. Starting with the Redmi Note 14, you get a 108 megapixels main sensor. Well, here's the catch. They ditched the ultra-wide camera from these devices as compared to the predecessor and replaced it with a 2 megapixel depth sensor. The upside here is that the selfie camera gets bumped up from 16 megapixels to 20 megapixels, delivering sharper portraits. However, the lack of ultra-wide lens limits its versatility. Meanwhile, Samsung's Galaxy A16 5G keeps its 50 megapixel main camera along with 5 megapixel ultra-wide and a 2 megapixel macro lens. While the main shooter produces good colors and dynamic range, stabilization and low light performance, even though might not be the best, is better than what you get from the Redmi. The 13 megapixel front-facing camera is serviceable but not outstanding. The photos are noticeably better on the Galaxy, by the way, and I think it's all thanks to Samsung software and also the processor on here. From better appealing colors in my opinion, color temperature too, and also having more versatility with the ultra-wide lens. For the macro shots, Redmi does better. When it comes to selfies, I prefer the look from the Samsung yet again. But I'd love to hear what you think about these cameras in the comment section below. Videos can be recorded at up to 1080p on these devices, and with what I noticed, changes in exposure were better handled on the Samsung, giving that lead yet again. This is the same for the selfie videos. In short, Samsung wins for versatility with this ultra-wide lens and also in terms of the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also subscribe and hit the like button while at that. Thank you. When it comes to the battery life, both smartphones excel here, but there are subtle differences. Redmi offers a larger 5500 mAh battery, while the Samsung here sticks with this industry standard 5000 mAh cell. In real-world usage, this means Redmi will last longer. Both devices support decent fast charging, 25 watts on Samsung and 33 watts for Redmi. However, only the Redmi Note 14 includes a charger in the box, so you need to fork out extra cash for a compatible adapter for the Samsung Galaxy A16 5G. The Redmi Note 14 is currently sold for 253,300 Naira, roughly $160 for 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage, while the Galaxy A16 5G is sold for 267,500 for 4 GB of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage, which is roughly $10 more at $170. And on the final verdict, both devices offer solid value for their price. However, the Redmi Note 14 emerges as the more well-rounded option with its better display, larger RAM, accessories, and longer battery life for $10 less, or roughly 12,000 Naira. The Samsung Galaxy A16 5G is no slouch and carries the reliability of One UI and 6 major Android upgrades, ensuring long-term relevance and also 5G. If you're invested in the Samsung ecosystem, this one's for you. So, which one gets your hard-earned money? Let me know in the comment section below, and you can also check out the individual reviews for these devices here. Catch you in those videos. Day.